Why do we do the things that we do? Say you study. Why do you study? To get a degree. Why? To get a good job. Why? To be successful. Why? If we ask ourselves why enough times, we probably realise we don't know why we do the things that we do. I've been doing my own whying recently, and it made me realise I have no idea why I do the things that I do. And that's what we're going to talk about today, how I established my end goals and figured out why. So, recently I've been asking myself why. Why do I do the things that I do? I try to eat well and exercise. But why? To be healthy, of course. But why do I want to be healthy? What am I going to do with my good health once I have it? For a while now I've wanted to start a YouTube channel. But why? To make videos. But why did I want to make videos? For what purpose? Why do I go to work? To earn money. Why? Because I'm a fan of not starving to death. But I don't need a lot of money, so why do I do the job that I do? I learnt that I didn't know why I do most of the things that I do. And sometimes if I was honest with myself, I just didn't like the answer. Take my career for example. Was I doing it for money? No. Was I doing it out of passion for the industry? No. I know. It's because I'm enthusiastic about making the company owner even richer. Nope, not that either. When I was really honest with myself, the reason why I was doing the career is because I liked the fancy job title. The problem is that I had no end goals. There was no direction or meaning behind any of my actions. And so I decided to come up with some end goals. But what is an end goal? An end goal has 3 characteristics. The first is that it's enduring, and that means it can't be ticked off of a list. Buying a homeless man lunch isn't a suitable end goal because it's something you go and do and tick off the list. But an end goal is never completed. But if your end goal was to be a charitable and generous person, then that's not something that you ever achieve. It's something you continuously work towards for the rest of your life. The second characteristic is that it's deeply motivating. It has to be this way so that when times are hard, it's worth carrying on. If, for example, you're trying to eat well and exercise because it's the right thing to do, or you want to look good, is that going to see you through when times are hard? When you're really tempted by that cake? When you've had a really hard day at work, is that going to motivate you to go to the gym? But if eating well and exercising was to serve your end goal of spending more quality time with your family, you're a lot more likely to resist temptation. You're a lot more likely to continue when the times are hard. And the third characteristic is that it gives meaning to your other goals. The reason you buy a homeless man lunch is because you want to be a loving and generous person. The reason you eat well and exercise is to have more quality time with your family. So with these 3 criteria in mind, I set about finding my end goals. So I imagined myself on my deathbed. That could be 6 months from now, it could be 60 years from now. And I think, what am I happy about with my life? What do I regret in my life? Am I happy that I stayed late at work to get that promotion? Am I happy that I went on another night out with the lads? Do I wish I spent more quality time with my family? Do I regret not being a kind and loving person? A week or so of reflection, I came up with 3 end goals that fit my criteria. The first is to serve Jesus. The second is to have a loving family. And the third is to serve my community. These 3 things fit my criteria perfectly. So let's have a look at what this looks like in practice. So the way I like to visualize it is the ladder of whys. We have at the top the end goals and at the bottom the things that we are doing. Why do I want to live a healthy lifestyle? To be healthy. Why do I want to be healthy? To have a clear mind and more energy. Why? Because this will allow me to better serve Jesus, my family and my community. Why do I want to start YouTube? To help other people and to serve Jesus by spreading his word. Why do I go to work? Because I need to earn money to not starve to death, which is absolutely vital to achieving my end goals. But a job can serve my end goals in more ways than just survival. I could get a job for a charity or that serves my community, or I could get a job at the church, for example. And we can use these end goals to guide every decision that we make. And we can use them to make big decisions. Say I was offered a promotion, my salary would be doubled and I'd be straight to the top of the corporate ladder. Brilliant. I can give more money to charity, my community, and spoil my family. But if that new job was high stress and really long working hours, and I was coming home exhausted, would I be able to spend quality time with my family? Will I be able to serve Jesus the way I want to? Will I be able to give quality time to my community? Maybe the job isn't for me after all. So, I hope you enjoyed my video. Let me know in the comments below what your end goal is.